on a Page. Today we have a special book birthday for Amy, and she is going to tell us about her book and read a little bit from it, and she may even share an interesting snippet or something like, oh, this came from this idea or that idea, or, you know, something. I don't know. We'll find out.
Heather has really high expectations of me.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
So I'm so excited to share, and I don't have an actual copy of my book yet, but it is coming soon.
You want me to move it up?
No.
So
Look, she did a pretty good job there.
Ooh, she can stretch.
Little gadget arms.
It's called No Place Like Home, and this is the story of Adrian and Gray. Adrian is a preacher's daughter, and she has left the faith when she grows up and moves out. And because her family had to move so many times growing up, she's decided that she is not going to put down roots anywhere. She's just going to work this job that she has where she goes around and she trains different companies on how to use software. So she doesn't have to be in any place for very long. She has a home base in St. Louis, but she doesn't spend much time there. And so she has been very happy doing this for several years now. She hardly ever sees her family who live in Arkansas, but that's okay because they're a little bit estranged since she, left the faith and her dad's still preaching. It's a little awkward. But she has a twin sister named Danielle. And she ends up having to go train a company in Memphis, which is only a couple hours away from where her family lives. And so that's where she meets Gray, who is the sunniest guy you've ever met, despite his name being Gray, because I love having fun with names. And so he helps her. He and her sister and several other people help her start to rethink some things in her life. So that's the basic storyline. And the story is very, very, very special to me because I'm a preacher's daughter. We moved around a lot when we were growing up. And so this is sort of my, what might have been story.
So not like you were
right
in that place of Adrian estranged and
right, but a lot of the struggles that she has to deal with came from personal struggles that I have had to go through in the past. I just came out of it with my faith intact, and she did not. So it was very therapeutic to write.
I think those make some of the best stories sometimes.
Yes. My dad, who is my biggest fan and is also still a preacher, when he first read the story, he was like, do you really feel that way? I was like, no. So obviously I did a good job because I had my dad a little worried. So do you guys want me to read the first couple of pages? So this is, Adrian is talking to her sister Danielle on the phone right after she's found out that she is going to be in Memphis for about 6 to 8 weeks. Danielle says, you need to let them know. Adrian's answering huff echoed through the phone. Danielle had always considered herself the big sister despite being only a few minutes older. I'm serious, Danielle continued. It's not fair for you to be the closest you've been in years and not at least make some effort to see them. That's easy for you to say. You get along with our parents. Adrian leaned too close to the window and her breath clouded up the glass. She wiped away the moisture with the back of her hand. Fog swept over the land outside, creeping up from Lake Michigan and spreading into the city. Not like the cat feet the poet had claimed years before, more like a floating wave or an army of ghosts. The park across the street was so thick with it, Adrian could hardly make out any of the strange metal statues or the new buds on the trees just starting to bloom. Spring seemed to come later here than in the places she grew up. Most everything would be green in the South now. 80, seriously, Danielle's chiding cut through Adrian's mental fog. It takes two to have a relationship. If you quit approaching them with hackles raised and actually attempt keeping the peace, you know things would go easier. But it's like you come with a chip on your shoulder the size of Minnesota every time you visit them. Not that you visit that much. Minnesota? It was the first state to pop in my head. Danielle's voice carried that don't mess with me, you know what I meant tone only a mother could pull off. Adrian ignored it. Why would Minnesota be the first state to pop in your head? I don't know. Quit trying to change the subject. Adrian glanced at her watch. Saved by the bell. Look, Danielle, as much as I love a good sparring match first thing in the morning, I have a meeting soon. I'll keep your advice in mind. Adrian, love you too, sis. I'll talk to you later. Adrian ended the call before her sister could reprimand her more. Deep down, she knew Danielle was right. The awkwardness between her and their parents was mostly her fault. After all, she was the one who quit trusting God 8 years before. That was more than a little hard for her preacher dad to swallow. She stepped back from the window and took a sip of her coffee. This was her last day in Chicago. The winter had passed more quickly than she'd expected, and her time working here to train premium health care of Illinois employees was done. They had most of the ins and outs of the computer program figured out now and could handle the rest through basic tech support online and over the phone. She'd run by their office one last time later this morning and then pack her few things to be ready to head south tomorrow. She glanced at her watch. 10 minutes. Video meetings didn't require her to change out of her yoga pants. That could wait, but she did dash a brush through her hair and throw on a decent shirt. She hummed, "Oh, what a beautiful morning," as she pulled on her laptop and checked emails one more time before the call would begin. So, right after that, she actually gets to see Gray on the computer for the first time and find out a few more details about where she's going to go work with him, and the rest you'll have to wait and read. The book comes out December 7th. Yay! This is my 5th full-length novel.
Wow.
That's awesome.
So I'm very excited.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Are you a big sister or a little sister?
I am actually a big sister.
So are you like the big sister?
She's like,
I'm
Amy's
sister.
Yeah,
Why
yeah, we
don't
need to
you
hear from Amy's
comment
sister.
and let us
Yeah.
know if she's like the
My
big
friend keeps
sister or
falling
not. And we all want to know.
I have a sister and a brother.
Does she pull off the mom voice with you?
Do I
she,
pull the
does
mom
she
voice?
do the I'm
Probably
the older
not.
one kind of vibe?
I don't think she lets me get by with that. I don't think my sister would let me pull the big sister mom voice kind of thing. And it's really interesting because in my story, like, Danielle is very settled. She has 2 little boys. She's happily married. So they're like complete opposites, even though they're twins. And so that is also part of what Adrian has to really look at and figure out, like, how did we turn out so different, even though we were brought up with the same issues and the same problems to go through and moving over and over again.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Because siblings totally turn out different. I'm
Yes.
totally different than
Oh,
my
yeah.
sister and brother.
Yep.
Do you have any other questions?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so.
So be sure and check out No Place Like Home, December 7th.
December 7th.
Get your copy now, and it'll be delivered to you like December 7th, and you can start reading and finish reading and leave a review.
Yep.
And like our videos, share them, and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.